Hey, thanks for watching the Budgeting ABCs video series. This video will walk you through the steps necessary to export your data from your QuickBooks accounting file into the budgeting tool to create your first starter budget. So let's head over to the template and walk you through these first few steps. So here we go. All right, hopefully you can see my screen. Just a reminder, as you work through the worksheet, light gray cells are going to be cells where the template is doing calculation or uh, feeding information from other places. And so you're going to try not to overwrite those. If you do accidentally do that, just go back and do an undo in that section, or come and download the template over and fill your data in from the beginning. So to prepare your data for the first step in the process, collecting your actual numbers, you need to go to your QuickBooks file and download a profit and loss or statement of activity if you're a nonprofit. So if you're not using QuickBooks, you'll need to follow the steps appropriate for your particular accounting software, but most of my clients will use QuickBooks Online, so I'm working with that from here. So I'm going to hop over to QuickBooks. I actually have it on the reports tab, but let me back up a step to make sure. When you log into QuickBooks initially, it's going to take you to your dashboard. If you go to the reports section and in the favorites, you'll see profit and loss. If you're doing a nonprofit, that'll be the statement of activity. We pull that up and you see initially it pulls up just for the current month, but I don't want just the current month. I want to have as much data as I can work with to make this a good, useful starter budget, because all months are not created equal. And so using a period of time will give you better data to start with. So I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to change it to starting 01/01/21, because I'm going to get, that way I'll get 9 months worth of activity. Then I click run report. And so it's showing me the data for 9 months within my sample company's business. And what I'm going to do next is export that into an Excel spreadsheet that I can use to populate my budget data. So there's a little export button right here. You see an arrow because it gives you the option of exporting to Excel or PDF. We want Excel because we want to be able to work with the numbers. So I'm going to click that. It's going to download a file right here. I'm going to stop share so I can open up the Excel file, and then we'll go over and look at that. All right, my Excel file is now open. So I'm going to take you over there. You'll see it downloads the sample company profit and loss for January to September 2021. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of this information from the Excel file, and I'm going to go back over to my budgeting template. And paste it in the staging area. Now, the reason I'm putting it in the staging area is because the template is built with needing the information in specific places. And so if I just copied all of this information and pasted it into the actuals tab, unfortunately, it would throw off a number of the formulas. So the 3 pieces of information that we need to know are right here in row 6. It says you need to adjust your column so your financial data is in column D. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here right now. It's in B. And so I'm going to take and I'm going to add 2 columns between before column B, insert 2 left. So now you'll see my numbers are in column D. The next thing that it tells me is that my total income should be in line 25. Well, so when I start pasting the numbers, I'm going to start with income in line 11. So at first I need to move this down by inserting 5 rows above so that the word income is in line 11. And you'll see right now, total income is in line 17. So I want to insert more rows so that total income will be in line 25. Now, these empty rows we'll be able to hide later after we move down the spreadsheet, but for practical purposes, we need them in the spreadsheet to guide. Going back over to the instructions, I need total expenses in line 45. So back on the staging tab, total expenses is currently in 36. So I need to insert 9 rows to move total expenses down to 45. And so now my numbers are in D, total income's in 25, total expenses are in 45. So I can copy from here over and down, and then go back to my actual tab and ready, paste. And you'll see the numbers changed in this spreadsheet, in this column, because these are all dependent on what shows up over here. Now, this actually was information from January through September of 2021. So I'm going to update this. Now, if you have January through August, that's okay. Just change it to January through August. Maybe you have January through June. Whatever your dates are, the important thing is that you put the right number of months in this box, F7, because that's going to make these numbers useful as 12-month numbers so that you can have a budget for the coming period. So what I now have is a first run at annualized actual numbers. In our next video, we will jump into the B tab and start to work on our draft budget. So glad to have you with us in the budgeting templates worksheet.